The next person coming on is someone who I've keenly followed for a very long time. He's a movie star, adventure enthusiast, just kidding, no? He's a keen strategist who is always ahead of the curve with expertise in managing operations, as someone who's been successful in marrying the offline and digital world. So please welcome on stage Anaggh Desai, everyone.
I just read some tweet saying the star Kiran Malral is somewhere here, and somebody who's going to cook for us, finely chopped, is also around. Can I see both their hands? It was 3 days ago where I started getting cold feet. One, because Lucky sent some 16 slides, which I couldn't fathom. This was followed by, in like 2 hours, by Manu sending 26 slides. And just like most of you could follow, I could not follow. So I told Harish, I said, is it too late to back out? And then he got into his, like the Pathangiri from Ghatkopar kind of a thing. Called up like 4 times, sent me a text, refused to send me what the agenda was, all of that. When I walk in today, it gets worse. Because Ravi Subramaniam comes up and says, "Hi, Anaggh." And I'm like, okay, this is going to get worse. A celebrity coming over and saying hi. And then he talks about, instead of books, piles of manure. From piles of manure, then it goes to some photographs, which I can never, or like as my daughter says, the dad, you can't photograph worth shit. And then there's a story, and then the two brand stalwarts talk about something. What I have done is, whilst I worked for a lot of brands, I have always believed in consumer power. There's a story behind a consumer and what the consumer expects from the brand. And there's always that mismatch, because brands in India say, they don't do. And that, hopefully, with blogging, with other social media and digital platforms, should end soon, but I don't see it ending anywhere close. And Ashwin's already started waving his hand saying your time is running out, so let's get to it. Okay, this is something I have learned on Twitter. That put a disclaimer first off, right? So you don't have to worry. So these are my terms and conditions. It's completely unoriginal. All trademark, patents, photos, words belong to the respective owners. I don't know who they are. Any resemblance to whomsoever or whatsoever is coincidental. If there's a bald guy, it's not Ashwin, it must be somebody else, like whoever. And if there's anything wrong and you don't understand, apologies. Because there's mass confusion ahead. The beginning of the blog, I think all of us agree that it was something like a journal. Everybody was writing books, then suddenly everybody discovered that there was something called computers, and then somebody brought in the internet, which was that, what was that, MTNL, BSNL or something, no? VSNL, which went or some kind of a noise, and then suddenly you find, oh boy, I'm connected kind of thing. So, at some point of time, you know, all of us started off thinking of that. Some of you, probably your dad bought that connection, so you were like, oh, when does he go out so I can use it? After that, then you said that, oh, since I've written, like Kavi says, somebody has to come and comment. So I'm sharing knowledge, but nobody's commenting. All of us think that we are very knowledgeable. But the problem is, people who read our blogs don't think we are knowledgeable enough. So obviously they won't comment. And then you find one Amit, who's made blogging technology from where he earns. And everybody at night says, oh, I'm going to get like 50,000 visitors, and like, Amit, I'm going to make money from there. But I don't know, there's only one Amit. Labnol cannot be replicated by making money. So all the monetizing can go to one person, whilst we will keep blogging. So how does it matter, no? We are all on the bandwagon. We'll keep writing because we love, we'll console ourselves, go to the bathroom and cry, oh, he made money, I didn't make money. It's a fact of life. I mean, you can't do anything else. And like Kiran will agree with me, both Kiran and I cry to each other, अरे साला कोई अपने को पैसा क्यों नहीं दे रहा है यार? But I don't know. And then somebody says, oh boss, you are an influencer. अरे influence काहे का यार? 10 पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है. So then everybody gets into the popular hashtag, maybe blogger, maybe chef, maybe kutta, jo bhi, everybody has a whatever. So who is it? Everybody. Normal writers want to blog. Influencers think that by writing like 200 words, we can influence. So they also write a blog, or somebody ghost writes for it. And then the brand paid blogs, which like Manu said, the brands pay. Now, after the session is over, all of you ask Manu, so he can give you one at a time, saying, okay, Bangalore, okay, this corner, this is for you. But that's how everybody started blogging and said, we can blog. And then along came Nirav, Harish, and all of them. They also said, hum bhi kyun baki reh jaye? We'll also provide support. We'll give you a platform. Karo blog. Let's keep doing this. And then you have this, no? How many of you seriously receive emails at least once a week asking, somebody asking you to guest post a blog, right? And it's all free, right? Yeah? So, I mean, yeah, the world knows that all of us are Vellas who have no other work but to write a guest post and not get paid for it. Yeah, we'll give you exposure. And then you ask, okay, so exposure means how many people come to your platform to read? No, we have just started. There are 20 members. Yeah, okay. And then do you have a Twitter account? Yeah, we have just started. We are following 10 people. And then comes that, but sir, I don't know, I don't think the brand is here, so even if it is here, what the heck. Some PR guy sent me an invitation for today afternoon, saying, this is the PR campaign and would you like to participate? So I said, I'm not a PR person. Neither do I write for press. So okay, the next comes, oh, we like your blog on marketing. I said, which blog did you read? He says, Anaggh.com. I said, I do restaurant reviews there. So then went back and forth, and finally the ultimate bribe was offered to me. So we'll send a car to pick you up. And then the pitfalls. Not enough blogs are read. Not enough. I mean, I'm being polite when I say not enough. Rarely do any of us make money. And most of us are definitely not influential. Non-tech brands lose the plot somewhere because suddenly you will find somebody who's writing about marketing and gyan and all that. All of a sudden, he or she gets invited to a buffet at Courtyard Marriott and suddenly you will see photographs of food and all that. Consumption patterns have changed. How we, like Lucky says, that you can write whatever you want, but people will read what they want. Attention span, definitely. You may not agree. But people my age probably read. People of 90% of the audience visualize. And which is getting very, very important. And then, whilst all of us were faffing around, the MyBap came, no? Facebook and Twitter. Bugger of blogs. I mean, you keep writing, nobody is going to read. Everybody has it in their bio, no? www.xyz.blogpost. You click there, you will see 2007, one blog post was written. So now, with Facebook and Twitter, everybody took out their swords and said, boss, this is it. Life is all set. I can write whatever I want, do whatever I want. And what is this SEO, Google, Foogle? Nothing. I just have to put a hashtag and it will trend, right? So whether I'm a brand, whether I'm a person, trending is easy. Put a hashtag, call 50 of your friends, and say, "Jara retweet kar de." Okay. Interacting became easier. Learning curve shortened because you didn't need to do anything. It was power without responsibility and accountability. Because you're on your blog, you had to be accountable for what you write. And can communicate, I want money. All this has happened in less than 5 years. Consumers have become very savvy. Brands always lag behind. And as I say, brands are still finding switch. I mean, I know, due respect, Manu, but most of the brands are still trying to find where the bulb is or where the switch is. And Lucky gets paid for it also. So, you know, I'm sorry, Lucky, a lot of people here, because social media, digital agencies, evangelists, and, you know, everybody says that, how do you map the digital and social media? So, the current scenario is more than 60% blogs on FB and Twitter bio do not have a post in the last 6 months. And I have personally clicked 75 before writing this. So I know that it may not be everywhere, but it's definitely there. And there are some serious bloggers who do it for love and passion, like you have Kavi or Bhatt. I mean, though Bhatt would say that milega to acha hai, but nahi mil raha hai. Or maybe finely chopped, who gets very irritated when somebody says that, will you come and review our restaurant? The last restaurant he reviewed, they have shut down. So, I'm sorry, 2 of them. Yesterday was the second one. Okay. So, Arslan and Punjab is on the way out because he didn't like the food. And I agree with him. Consumer rules the roost. You don't like a cake, you go to a Shetty joint, you find a hair in the sambar, and you thrash that joint. Is a Shetty border? He doesn't give a shit. Do you go? Volkswagen. There are like, I would say 30 to 40 tweets in the last 1 week saying, can you put me in touch with somebody senior at Volkswagen? The damn MD is there, he doesn't care. How senior are you going to get? Does the brand care? No. Audi? Probably not. They don't even bother to write back. Starbucks in India? No, they don't care. Neither do they blog, neither do they tweet, nothing. Their PR is stronger than the tweet because when you have a 1 billion hipster population who's going to stand in a queue to drink Starbucks, you don't need Twitter or anything, no? That's the power of the brand. And does the agency know? No. I think, how many agency guys? All of you know how to handle them, right? So it's my way or the highway. The brand says, this is how I will communicate, this is how I will do. Consumer says, boss, listen to me, otherwise I'll trash you. मेरे को free कुछ तो दो. Something free has to come. In the find, whatever the tiramisu, liramisu, whatever it is, kuch plate mein aana mangta hai. Then I am okay with it. And who's winning out of this? The jury is out because the brand say, oh, boss, we are control. How? We trended last Thursday. And we got like 74 likes on that one thing which we said today is Friday. But I think personally the consumer is still winning. Brands don't have a clue. They will have a clue? Yes. Hopefully with a lot of agencies now I talk to, a lot of them are talking long-term instead of the short-term approach. And that probably should help. But this should help more, like Manu said, or Lucky said, why can't it be your way or my way or highway? Why can't it be our way? Why can't brands understand what the consumer wants? Why can't consumer understand what brands want? Expecting a consumer to understand what a brand wants is a little difficult. Brands understanding consumers is a little easier. And I think that's it. I hope I managed to confuse you. Please either tweet to me or write to me on which part of the meter are you for confusion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.